Hey guys, how's it going? We are finally back for Q&A. We have been taking Q&As off for the last, like, 6 weeks is what we did from Q&As. We had a lot of life happen. A lot of life has happened. So I guess lots of updates before we jump into it. So we're going to answer questions, but we're not going to do the typical Q&A that we normally do, where normally we would just go back the last 5 videos, because that's normally all we would do. But we've missed a lot of videos.
A whole lot of videos.
And so we're just going to kind of scroll through and just kind of grab some questions, some of the most asked questions that we saw, and just kind of like, I don't know, just a few questions from it. But as far as life updates go, Grandpa is doing a lot better now. He is currently in a care home until we figure out what the next step is for him. He is having a really hard time walking. They had to put a steel rod in. He broke a bunch of other bones, fractured some bones, but he is doing a lot better now. So thank you to everyone who has sent cards, comments, all the kind regards. We really, really, really appreciate it. And then another update is that I did go back to work. I'm just working 1 day a week, and that's all I plan to work, and I'm only taking about 5 clients a day at most. Well, the 1 day a week I'm working. Mm-hmm. My friend just opened up a barber shop, and I told her I would come help her out working, and I think I was starting to get a little stir crazy at home, and so I thought that I was an introvert. Turns out I'm not an introvert. My job was talking to a lot of people. I was a barber for like 12 years, and I talked to a lot of people every single day. It was like 12 to 15 clients a day, and I would come home and I'd be like, I don't want to talk to people. Turns out I was just talking to too many people during the day, and then we come here and I talk to one person, and I will see one person for an entire week, and I was like, I gotta get out of the house. And so I'm back to work 1 day a week, and I have decided that for this month, for November, the money that I make on Fridays, we're doing some toy shopping for kids for the Angel Tree. If you haven't heard about that, I just did a short video on it, so you can go over to our shorts. You can watch that over on the main channel, and you will see the shorts that we put out about it, where I go shopping. So every dollar I'm making from work, we're putting back into it. I've had some people who have Venmo'd, so thank you to everyone who has Venmo'd. If you would like to Venmo, we will put our Venmo in the description down below. You can send the money, and I will use it to go buy more toys for Angel Trees. Angel Trees are families who can't afford Christmases, and we live in a very, very poor area, so it's very, very helpful. I think that is it.
I think that's it. It's been such a blur.
It's been such a blur. It's been crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into questions.
Back into the groove.
Yes, back into the groove. We will get back into doing Q&As. And like I said, we're just going to kind of just grab some questions that we see.
Yeah. All right. And the first question we're picking from here is from Lisa. And she asked, is the tree too close to the fence? Do the voles, gophers leave the tree roots alone?
It's not going to be too close to the fence. The canopy, it's going to grow over the fence. But our neighbor is the coolest neighbor, and she's so cool. She's the one who has the shed that everyone wanted me to paint black a year ago, 2 years ago, and we did not paint it black. I had asked her. She said I could paint it black, and I couldn't bring myself to painting somebody else's property. Coolest neighbor ever. So the tree is going to kind of grow over the fence a little bit. It'll probably grow maybe 3 feet over the fence in total at most. It's about 3 feet away from the fence right now. So when I say that the tree has a 15-foot spread, right? Something like that. So from the trunk of the tree, it's going to grow 7.5 feet on one side, 7.5 feet on the other side. So I place it so it's about 7-ish feet from the greenhouse. It's closer to the Vitex, which is fine by me. They can grow together. And then it will grow over the fence. And then as far as moles, voles, gophers eating the roots on that, we did buy some spikes. I don't know if you guys can see it in this video, but we did buy some Gopher Spikes. We had pretty good luck with these ones. They're pretty expensive for 2 of them. It was over $30 or something like that.
35 for 2. So we got 4 of them.
And then you have to have the D-cell batteries. So it takes really big batteries. And when we used them in the side yard over where the privet was that we just removed, we had really good luck over there. And the battery in it lasted a year. which is kind of crazy. He just pulled the one in the side yard out of the ground, and it was still going.
Working perfectly.
So we've got 2 of them over by that tree to help with that. And as far as like another question was a lot of people asking if we could put wire cage, or why I didn't put a wire cage around it. You do not want to do that for trees. You don't want to do it for trees. You don't want to do it for like anything that's going to get decent size. You really don't want to do it for. I'm even kind of skeptical in doing it for some perennials. I'll do it for all my annuals because the roots will go through it and then I can pull it out, and that's not going to be an issue. But perennials and trees, especially trees, the wire, it would grow through the wire, which is so tiny, and then it would grow into the roots, because the roots, I mean, trees' roots, they get huge.
Right, ultimately strangling the tree.
Strangling the tree, yeah.
It would be ridiculous.
So you don't want to do that for trees. You don't want to do it for shrubs. And if you, I mean, I also saw somebody else say that they make tree baskets, which is what companies will use for like transporting the trees, and it's got wire around it, and they say that you can bury it in it. You really shouldn't do that. But that wouldn't even stop the gophers or moles, because the holes are this big. Right. Gophers, moles, voles can get through all of that. So there's nothing you can really do except hold your breath and shove a couple mole spikes in the ground. So that's what we decided to do.
Yeah. And the next question is from Patty, and she'd asked, "What did you do about the rats?" Referring to the rats that we had in or coming around the aviary.
Because last year we were dealing with them really, really badly, and so we've set out rat traps, and so we got a lot of rats. We have not seen a rat in a while now. And then we reinforced the metal meshing that's on the inside. We filled all the holes. We used wood to fill where all the holes were up against the metal meshing, so they cannot get in at all. And we poured a concrete foundation inside. So it's been super solid, and we have not seen a rat inside the aviary. We haven't had a death from a rat on one of our birds since we did all of that.
And it's been almost a year.
Yeah, because it was in the winter time that we were losing them.
That's why we paused for this long, just to make sure that we had the problem solved. Yeah. I mean, it originated from another house that had an infestation. Yeah. And it was really, really bad. It affected all of our neighbors. Our neighbor said he could look up at a palm tree and find see a rat up there all the time.
Rats love palm trees too. Those are terrible trees for rats.
Right. So we waited about a year to make sure everything worked and was safe, because we wouldn't ever want to subject the birds to this.
I think it's been like 8 months or something like that. Well, no, 10 months.
Yeah, it's been 10 or 11 months.
Yeah, it started about a year ago.
Yeah,
but we got rid of the problem,
and they're happy and healthy and chirpy and so much fun to listen to. Mm-hmm. I spent a ton of time out in the gazebo editing videos and just out there with the dogs. And they are constantly entertaining me. So,
yes,
I never thought I would be a bird person, but I really, really love these guys.
So, we have taken care of the issue. We've gone kind of to the extreme to make sure that we took care of that.
Yeah, and I still have traps set. Mm-hmm. So just in case somebody's thinking about coming by the aviary, we're protected at least. Yeah. So we'll always keep an eye on it. All right. And the next question is from Joanne. And she had asked, since you took the trees down, how about putting up lattice on top of the fence first for privacy? This gives you time to think about the right tree for this spot. And this is in relation to removing the big trees, the privets. Mm-hmm. They're over there between the two houses. So.
I feel like that's been a comment that we've gotten for probably like a year now, about people saying putting lattice on top of our fence. Linda Votter, she has lattice on top of the fence. I didn't know that until everyone started telling us about Linda Votters. And our neighbor's house is so high that lattice won't do anything at all. Their house, like their door is above our fence. And so it really won't do anything. Mm-hmm. The best thing is getting trees in there. I would love to do the lattice in there. One, it would be so expensive. We're on 1/4 acre. And so getting lattice, I don't want to just do sections. I would want to do all of it if we did it. And we don't need all of it. We only need it really in one area, but it would have to be 6 feet tall.
Right, yeah.
So that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, literally when they stand on their little back door porch, their feet are higher than the top of our fence, because the house is built so high off the ground.
Yeah, it's really crazy.
Yeah.
So Their house is basically on a almost like a second story, it's like a half story up.
Yeah.
It's really crazy.
And the next question is from Nancy. She had said, "Hey, Robbie and Brent, I loved your piece on installing garden lights. It looks beautiful at night. Are the uplights on the trees hardwired, or are they solar?" This in regard to the lighting install we just did on the front little jelly bean bed, which was kind of just a test bed to see how it all
showed
worked.
the rest of our uplights,
and then we showed the rest of the uplights at night. Yeah,
they're all hardwired. We have some solar lights. We have the really cheap ones from the Home Depot, Lowe's, Walmart, the really cheap ones. And they do fine for if you were like, I really could use some solar lights. I've got $10. Let's just throw a couple in. But they don't perform in the wintertime, which is kind of important to us because that's when the daylight ends at 5 o'clock. We also have some from HoseLink. Those have been fabulous. Those ones they work all night long. You come out very early in the morning and there's still some light on them. So those ones are really nice because they always have a light on, but then if you walk past them, they're motion censored, so the light gets really bright. So those are really great for a walkway. All of our other lights that we have, all the uplights and pretty much all the lights that we have back here, I think are all hardwired. So all the uplights that you see in trees are hardwired lights.
Right. Yeah. 4 or 5 years ago, we installed a system on both sides of the yard with uplights, and it still works. It doesn't work perfectly, but it works. And it was
our first time doing it.
It's been many years, and it's had lots of changes, so it's survived
and moved a lot of lights.
Moved a lot.
We have to rerun the wire, and we would like to get a new system, like the system that we bought, the transformer for the jelly bean bed. We would like to get that for each of our side yards too.
Yeah, this new system's great because it automatically updates for sunset and sunrise, and
so it knows your local sunrise and sunset.
It knows that sunset is today at 4:35 or 5:35, right?
I don't know, something like that. Yeah. Too early.
And then it goes off after 3 hours or 4 hours.
Yeah.
And you can set it to anything you want, but that means year round. I never have to change it again.
It's really nice.
Leave it set. Whereas the other ones come on.
The other ones are daylight.
Yeah.
But it doesn't always work.
Sometimes they don't come on, and sometimes they don't go off.
But I think that set was like $150, and it came with like 4 uplights, and it was the transformer itself. So there is a difference in price.
Oh, in cost, yeah. So they still look good, and of course they're on right now.
But they're on right now. We haven't been able to get them off for like 2 months. Yeah. We haven't been able to get them off during the day.
Yeah. And the next question was from Dennis, and he had asked, "What is the name of the product used to kill future growth on the main stem of the trees that you removed?"
The tree trimming company, they had I'm getting blinded by the sunlight. They recommended that we use Epsom salts. So you drill holes into the stump and then use Epsom salts. They said that is the most effective that they use. Or what we have used in the past is Stump Out by Bonide. That one worked really good too. So we've actually done both methods, and both methods worked great. So Stump Out or Epsom salts.
And the next question is from Rhonda, and she had asked, "Hey Robbie, is your sister going to do a Christmas candle? I'm finishing the apple hearth candles and have enjoyed them very much."
As of this time, there's no plans for a Christmas candle or a holiday candle. So I don't think that is going to be on the docket. Between Life for Us, and then they just went through a move, and she had some medical issues and some medical scares. She just kind of stopped for a moment, and she does a lot of farmers markets. That's kind of her bread and butter. That's where she does a lot of her sales. I mean, she did a lot of sales for the candle, but I think we're just gonna coast through the rest of the year.
Yeah,
I think that's the plan for us and for the rest of my family.
Too many curveballs. So no candle,
which is a bummer because before October, her and I, we had already talked about it, and we had already started planning and doing this, and then both of us were just kind of let's just stop. Mm-hmm. So no Christmas candle this year.
Yeah. And the next question is from Yvette. It's more of kind of a question. It says, "Are we honestly around 700 subscribers away from 50K? Let me do my part quick."
We are getting so close to 50,000. That is my big goal for the year. So if you are watching this channel, make sure you're going over to the other channel and you hit that subscribe button. If you're on your TV, you hit the up button on your remote, and there should be a little subscribe button that you can hit. It costs nothing, but it helps us out so much. It's crazy how much it helps out. Companies look at it. YouTube looks at it. They look at the subscriber number and they look at the view number. So those are very important to us. So if you are enjoying our videos and you feel ever so inclined to help us hit that 50,000 subscriber mark, it would mean the world to us.
Because you're this close.
We are this close. And we got set back huge by like 250 subscribers in one day. Somehow YouTube unsubscribed 250 people in one day, and it just tanked. And it was gut-wrenching. Yeah. So if you were subscribed, it would also be awesome if you just checked that you were still subscribed.
Right.
Because it hurt to wake up in the morning and see 250 subscribers gone. And YouTube was just like, sorry, nothing we can do about it.
Right.
Okay, cool. So help us hit that 50,000. That's such a huge number.
Okay, the next question is from Saltwater Mom. And she had asked, are you against putting pots in the garden beds? You could fill that space above the septic with a huge, gorgeous terracotta pot. Would allow you to put a tree in and have irrigation so you wouldn't have to worry about losing it from drying out in a pot.
I think that we should be doing that. That is genius. I actually had originally planned on our side yard where our privet was. I really wanted to do a like evergreen walkway over there, and I wanted everything to be in terracotta pots. And so over where our septic line is, I really want a tree there. But because we have our like main line to our septic tank right there, we really can't do that. But putting it in a pot, like I could get like a really, really big terracotta pot. That would be really cool.
That's a good idea.
I think we're definitely going to do that. If you have recommendations for trees, let me know.
And the next question is from Daisy. She had asked, did I see a Senorita Rosalita Cleome hybrid by proven winners in your garden? It's one of my favorites in Zone 8A garden.
It has quickly become one of ours.
Yeah.
It is such a good plant.
Yeah.
We have it in 2 spots, and I would really, really like to have it like lining the back fence next year. I would like to have it in 2 spots also, but I would like to do like a really long drift of it. It's so pretty. I see bees on it all the time.
Constantly. Yeah.
It's such a good plant, and it's actually still right behind us, and it's still doing really, really well. So it'll be interesting to see how it winters over. I've never grown Cleome before. The other varieties of Cleome, I guess, spread like wildfire in gardens. This is a sterile variety, so it's not going to spread and take over, which is great because I really don't like things that do that. So yes, Senorita Rosalita Cleome, stunning plant, and we could not be happier with it.
Yeah, it's been an absolute winner.
It's been definitely a winner.
All right, the next question is from Jeannie, and she asked, is the fountain plastic? You picked it up so easily.
It is a resin. It's very, very light, but it doesn't topple over unless you have a tree that grabs it and yanks it over. Also, probably if you had really crazy strong winds. We get like 24-mile-an-hour gust, but that's about it.
Yeah, we had 38 gusts, mile-an-hour gusts last week, and it was still fine.
Up. Yeah.
So
it
does
does
a really
a good job.
durable, and it's really, really durable.
Yeah.
It's not like cheap plastic at all.
It's this one right behind us. I'll put a link to it in the description down below, but I've loved it. The birds have loved it. It has a great sound. I always recommend setting fountains up to irrigation. They're all fountains splash. This one splashes. It's no exception. And so it refills every time our irrigation goes off. And it's been great.
It works perfectly. Yeah.
And it's also on a timer, so it shuts off at nighttime. So that's also probably another really important thing too. You don't need it running all night long.
And the next question is from NY Cowgirl. She had asked, did I miss progress of the tree peony?
You've not missed progress of the tree peony. This February, I was up in Seattle, and I met this glorious woman, and her company is called Peony's Envy, and she was so fabulous. Her energy was amazing, and she had a booth at the Seattle Northwest Flower Garden Show, and while I was up there, I filmed the video, I edited the video, I uploaded the video, got it out for you guys because I wanted anybody who was kind of on the fence about going to see how amazing the Northwest Flower Garden Show was. It was so spectacular. It was so much fun. And I met her there, and she said that after that video went live, a bunch of you guys bought peonies from her website, and a bunch of you guys came up and said hello to her at her booth and bought peonies from her, and she gave me a tree peony. And I was so ecstatic because I was going to buy one. I was planning on buying it, and she was like, here, take this. And I loved her. No update on it. It's still so small. They take a very long time to grow. And so they're a cross between like an herbaceous peony and not an herbaceous peony. I'm not the expert here. And basically you will always have peony growth above instead of how peonies die all the way back down to the ground. And so ours it's small. It's just a little guy. It hasn't even been in the ground a year yet. February will be 1 year that I've had it. She's just happy. She's just there.
Still with us.
Still with us. Yeah.
All right. Next question is from Kathy. She had asked, how many plants of Cleome did you plant?
I bought 5 in total. And so right behind us is 3. And then over by our gazebo is 2. So 5 plants. Huge impact. And I probably could have gotten away with even just 4 plants and done 2 and 2. They're incredible. They get a great size. I'm always a little skeptical about the plant tags when they tell me the size that they're going to get. I either think that they're going to not reach that or they're going to blow past it. And these ones, they got to it and they got to it quick. And then they like just continued to get like bigger, but slowly, which was really, really nice. A lot of annuals, I'll see that they just like slowly get to their mature size over the year, where the Cleome, it got to it and then it stayed there and then it just like slowly inched out. So that was really, really, best plant. If you can get your hands on it, get it.
And for us, it's in direct sun all day.
Well, we have 3 of them in direct sun, sunrise to sunset. And then we have some other ones that are in partial sun.
But they did so well.
Mm-hmm. Both of them did so well.
Yeah.
Highly recommend.
And the next question is from Garden Happy. She had said, you cleaned up everything so nice, Robbie and Brent. By the way, whatever happened with your jumping worms? I haven't heard you mention them in a while.
I still have jumping worms. I'm still finding them. I'm not finding them anywhere near the numbers that I was finding them before, which has been really, really nice. I have yet to really dig over in the side yard where the main issue was at. So I don't know how that area is doing. I probably should figure that out. But we are using the tea seed meal. It is getting under control. I am sure, okay, so during the summer, I wasn't worried about if my neighbors had jumping worms because their ground was so dry and I knew the worms wouldn't live in it. We had a couple areas where our ground was really dry and you're not going to find any worms in there. Mm-hmm. They need some moisture because they only live on the like top couple inches of your soil. And so I wasn't worried about the neighbors. And now that we're getting wet and rain, I'm not exactly sure how that's going. They're probably moving out. The ones that are here, they're dying. We are killing them. Yeah. But I am now nervous about them spreading over to the neighbor's house. So I'm sure that they'll die by summertime.
Yeah, and we'll just keep treating. And we treat right up to the fence line as best we can. Mm-hmm. We always try to broadcast any area that we've cleaned up so that when it does rain or it gets irrigated, it helps take care of the problem. Yeah. And the numbers are way, way, way down.
Way down.
Yeah.
I dug and I didn't find any jumping worms when I did the red bud. That was really nice.
That's huge.
Yeah, I did dig in this bed a couple days ago and I did find 1 jumping worm. So we're finding them, but not anywhere near the numbers, which is really, really nice.
The next question is from Sue. She had said, happy you guys got away. Question, who is looking after your grandparents' dog?
Mr. Charlie. So about a year ago in December, my grandparents got a puppy named Charlie, little Shih Tzu, and little firecracker. And after the accident, we had Charlie. Well, my sister came up from Los Angeles. She stayed at the house, watched Charlie for a couple days, and then brought Charlie up here. We had Charlie for a while. And then now Charlie is with family who can take Charlie to see Grandpa a lot at the care home, which is really, really good. The people that have him are like 10 minutes down the road from the care home, so Grandpa gets to see Charlie all the time. which is very important to Grandpa. Yeah, so family has Charlie. They're bringing Charlie to see Grandpa regularly, which is Grandpa's main request. Not any of us. Charlie. Also, he really likes one of the pumpkin bread from Starbucks or something like that. He likes one of the breads from Starbucks. So the dog and Starbucks bread. Those are his only requests. If you're coming to see him, you better have one of the two in hand. Or you can leave.
And the last question is from Bianca. She had asked, how many times do you water your garden during the winter? And for how long? Thank you.
We take winter kind of, I don't want to say day by day, but we take like week by week. Because our winters here, we can have days that are in the 70s, and then we can also have days that are in the like 40s, 50s. Sometimes we will go a week without watering. Sometimes we will water every couple of days. We use the Rachio system, which has been really, really nice because you just control it from your phone, so you don't have to go out and go do anything. Highly recommend, if you have the ability to invest in the Rachio system and you already have irrigation, do it. It's been total game changer. It can also look at your forecast, and if you're getting rain, it shuts the system off. If you're getting a lot of wind, it shuts off the system because the wind will just pull the moisture right out of the ground anyways. You can override all of that. Right now our irrigation is set to go off every like 4 days. 4 days?
Yeah.
Twice a week.
Yeah, it's like twice a week. Yeah.
15 minutes twice a week.
Yeah.
And that's not even for the stuff in the ground. That's mostly for containers that we have, so the containers don't dry out, because those will dry out. Freya? Big feelings.
This is all you.
That's slander.
Don't worry, what's his weight? I'm so glad you taught her this.
It's so cute. Can we continue? Are we good? Sorry about that. Our irrigation is about 15 minutes twice a week right now during the winter months, and that's our standard. It's about 15 minutes a day. If we got like a lot of rain, we'll shut it off for a week, and then we'll come back and we'll kind of assess the ground. We hold on to a lot of water here, so it doesn't dry out super quick.
But there are winters where we get no water.
Oh, there's winters where we won't see any rain, so we have to water. So watering in the wintertime is kind of a case by case and an area by area, day by day type situation. So having the Rachio system makes it so that you can easily do it day by day, which is really nice. We've also had emergencies where like we've had water when we've been out of town, and we were like, oh my gosh, like we had a neighbor who, we didn't have the Rachio at this time, and I wish that we did. She called us, she's like, hey, you guys are flooding my property, your water is on. And one of the one of the tubes broke, and our irrigation was set to go off, and we had no way to turn it off. So we ended up calling one of the neighbors, and they shut off our city water for us because we had no way to get home. We were like 2.5 hours away. So yeah, Rachio system for the win, if you can do it.
Yeah.
But I think that is going to be it for this video. We are going to go inside, get this edited. I'm going to get back to work. Yep. It is currently Saturday. We're hoping to get you guys this video Monday, maybe Sunday.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. Q&As, we are going to get back to doing them. With me being back to work on Fridays, though, Q&As are just going to kind of go up. Hopefully Sundays if we can do it, but it'll be between Sundays and Mondays for Q&As. Thank you guys for being here. Yep. Thank you guys for being patient with us.
For sure.
We try really hard to not miss days posting videos, and we really try hard to be as consistent as we can. And so luckily we had a bunch of videos that we had pre-filmed for October, and it made it so that way we didn't miss a single video all of October, and so far into November we haven't missed a video. So kind of crazy. Thank you guys. We're getting back in the groove. I will say I was super in the slumps. Zero motivation. I had zero energy. I did not want to film videos. I didn't want to work. I think getting back to work has been really good for me, and I'm feeling remotivated again. So I'm back to feeling good and ready to film. And Brent's ready to be in all the videos, he said.
We'll see.
Thank you guys for hanging out with us, and we will see you all in the next one.
Bye, guys.